Walter White, a man known for his scientific brilliance and descent into the criminal underworld, found himself in an even stranger situation than usual. He was staring at a talking Great Dane named Scooby-Doo. Beside Scooby stood 4 teenagers: Fred, the leader with a square jaw; Daphne, the brave fashionista; Velma, the brains of the operation; and Shaggy, a lanky young man who seemed more interested in food than danger.
Like, are you sure about this, Mr. White?
It's the only way, Walter said, his voice raspy. These crystals are the key to closing the portal and sending those things back where they came from. He held up a vial filled with shimmering blue dust. It was the product of a formula that had come to him in a fever dream after a particularly nasty encounter with a talking teddy bear. These weren't your average cuddly toys. These teddy bears were possessed, evil, and out for blood. Or whatever passed for blood in their stitched-up bodies.
Really? Because, I'd rather be eating Scooby snacks than fighting possessed teddy bears.
Scooby whimpered and hid behind Daphne's legs.
Don't worry, old boy, we faced worse than this, right, gang?
He looked at the others, a determined glint in his eye. They might have been surprised to find themselves in this situation, but they were the Scooby Gang, and they always solved the mystery. Walter set up a makeshift lab in the back of the Mystery Machine, the gang's iconic van. He measured out ingredients with practiced precision, his hands moving with a familiarity that belied the strangeness of the situation. The air crackled with energy as he mixed the blue dust with a concoction of herbs and chemicals, the recipe gleaned from a tattered book he'd found in a forgotten corner of the library. "Right, you lot," Walter said, handing each of them a small, crystalline candy. "Eat up. This will give you the energy you need to fight those things."
Are you sure this is safe, Mr. White?
Only one way to find out, Shaggy.
Velma popped her candy into her mouth. She chewed thoughtfully.
Tastes like blueberries in danger.
One by one the others followed suit, even Scooby, who gobbled his down with a gulp. The crystals tingled on their tongues, sending a surge of energy through their bodies. Walter felt his senses sharpen, his mind becoming laser-focused. It was time.
Alright, gang, let's get dangerous.
Fred declared, his eyes gleaming with excitement. He pulled back a curtain in the back of the Mystery Machine to reveal an arsenal of weapons, each customized for its user. Fred hefted a gleaming katana, its blade honed to a razor's edge. Daphne checked the cylinder of a sleek revolver, a confident smirk playing on her lips. Velma adjusted her glasses and tucked a compact but powerful taser into her belt. Shaggy predictably looked terrified. He eyed the assortment of blunt objects with trepidation.
Like, are you sure we need all of this?
Better safe than sorry, old buddy. Think of it as a giant spatula,
Fred said, tossing him a frying pan. Scooby, meanwhile, was more interested in a box labeled Scooby Snacks Extra Courage. He scarfed down a handful, his tail wagging hopefully. Maybe, just maybe, he could sleep through this whole thing. Walter, however, had saved the best for himself. He hefted a futuristic-looking rifle, its barrel glowing with an ominous blue light. This was no ordinary weapon. It was a modified ion cannon, capable of disintegrating matter at a molecular level. He had a feeling it would come in handy. The air crackled with anticipation as Walter and the Scooby Gang stepped out of the Mystery Machine and into the creepy carnival. The scent of popcorn and cotton candy hung heavy in the air, but it was tainted by something darker, something sinister. The carnival ride stood frozen and silent, their gaudy lights casting long, eerie shadows across the deserted grounds. A rustling sound broke the silence, and then they saw them. Hordes of teddy bears, their button eyes glowing red, swarmed towards them from the shadows. They moved with unnatural speed, their stitched-up limbs carrying them forward in a terrifying mockery of childhood innocence.
Jinkies! They're everywhere!
Let's do this.
Fred yelled, charging into the fray, katana flashing. He swung the blade with precision, each strike cleaving through a teddy bear and sending a shower of confetti. Instead of blood and guts, the teddy bears exploded in bursts of brightly colored paper. It was bizarre, disorienting, and strangely festive. Daphne, unfazed by the confetti rain, fired her revolver with deadly accuracy. Each shot sent a teddy bear flying backwards, its stuffing spilling out like spilled beans.
Take that, you fluffy fiends.
Shaggy, surprisingly, had found his courage. He swung the frying pan with gusto.
Eat metal, you fuzzy freaks.
Scooby, emboldened by Shaggy's newfound bravery, charged into the fray, biting and scratching with surprising ferocity. Walter, meanwhile, took aim with his ion cannon. He fired a concentrated beam of energy, vaporizing a group of teddy bears instantly. The air filled with the smell of burnt cotton and ozone. "This is for all the childhoods you've ruined," he shouted, firing again and again.